This is Ed Gines at Strategic CFOs. I'm a fractional CFO.
Good morning, Ed. So this morning, I'd like to discuss your managerial bookkeeping services. What exactly differentiates bookkeeping and managerial bookkeeping?
Oh, absolutely. Let's just assume it's a step above. Managerial bookkeeping is one where you have much more insight as to where you've been and where you want to go. It's critical because if you're just putting numbers in a box, shame on me and shame on you as a business owner. So, better insight is what managerial bookkeeping really is.
Okay. Well, how do we implement these effective systems that go into managerial bookkeeping? Because at one point, I thought bookkeeping just meant entering numbers into a system, but evidently laying it out in a managerial fashion looks more at profitability and my success. So, what kind of systems go into putting this magic together?
Yeah, that systems in itself is a very broad scope term. So I'm just going to go a little dialed in, right? Let's go custom fit for each one of our customers. And in that is the gross profit margin, break even point, KPIs. Those are all fancy words, but the bottom line is helping the management team succeed using metrics. And that's what we would do for an effective system of putting together the books.
What role does the technology play in managerial bookkeeping? Do we need the technology?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, we're in 2025, right? The cloud, everything's stored up in the cloud. In addition to that, though, the ability for us to communicate with clients through Zoom. How do you convey paper on a screen and have a dialogue with your client in order for them to succeed? It is an expertise that is built, and it does not come off the shelf as if you can understand how to do that as a CFO. It's years of experience.
I'm hearing improved operational efficiency here. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to use broad stroke words. The ability to pivot. Could you imagine if you had a month end close every month, thus you could pivot 24 times? But what if you could pivot, 12 times? But what if you could pivot mid month?
Hmm.
24 times pivot instead of 12 from a month end close. Wouldn't that give you a little bit more of the opportunity to adjust the business model?
Can you give me a success story of how your company works with your clients?
Specific to cash, let's just go with that, right? And you hear these fancy words called 210. What's a 210? Well, what if we earn 2% in 10 days if you got a discount, right? And then secondly, let's use that cash to work for you rather than sitting idle. Go out to the market and get a 4 to 5% return. Yeah.
Can you share another example, maybe from another industry? And does your company only work with one specific industry?
No, not at all. We work with a lot of industries. We do have some concentrations, which we'll discuss later in success stories. What we're finding are that companies that don't have a CFO are really the right fit because we go from soup to nuts, right from the bottom, from a senior accountant all the way to the top. That's where we excel because we communicate as a team internally to help support our clients as an outsource company.
How can a company ensure that their financial data remains accurate? I mean, is this like a one-time thing? You've gotten them to a certain best practice stage, and then that's it? What happens after that system has been set in place?
Oh my goodness. Yes. Well, you would have just we use Asana, which is a project management software, which just streamlines and organizes the month end close as an example, and being able to provide reports, tier one reports, which are very standard, but how nice it would be for tier 2 reports, which are customized for the client, that go, here are action items based on the tier 2 reports.
Thank you so much for explaining that to me. Again, strategic CFO, financial clarity for growth-oriented businesses. This has been Paula with Ed Gines from Strategic CFOs. Thank you so much.